We have all met someone who changed our lives, someone who, simply by being themselves, inspired us to grow and become better. These individuals possess a unique energy, a light that shines so brightly it illuminates the path for others. They are the women of impact. One such woman, a yoga teacher named Sarah, unknowingly set off a chain reaction of self-improvement in her community. Sarah radiated warmth and acceptance, creating a safe space for her students to explore their inner selves. She taught more than just poses. She taught mindfulness, self-compassion, and the power of vulnerability. Through her gentle guidance, individuals who had long struggled with self-doubt began to find their voice. They discovered a newfound courage to confront their fears and embrace their imperfections. The ripple effect of Sarah's influence spread far beyond the walls of her studio, touching the lives of families, friends, and colleagues. Sarah's story is not unique. There are countless women like her, quietly making a difference in the world, one heart at a time. They are the teachers, the mentors, the friends who believe in us even when we don't believe in ourselves. They remind us that we are worthy of love, joy, and belonging. For years, Emily struggled with crippling self-doubt. She had a successful career, but deep down she felt like an imposter, constantly waiting to be exposed. She was afraid to take risks, afraid to speak her truth, afraid to truly be seen. Then Emily met a woman named Maria, a life coach who specialized in helping women overcome self-sabotaging beliefs. Maria had a way of seeing through Emily's carefully constructed facade, recognizing the potential that Emily herself couldn't see. Through a series of coaching sessions and guided exercises, Maria helped Emily identify the root of her self-doubt. She helped Emily challenge her negative thoughts, replacing them with affirmations of self-worth and belief. Slowly but surely, Emily began to break free from the chains of her own limiting beliefs. Emily's transformation was profound. She started taking risks, speaking her mind, and pursuing her passions with newfound confidence. She discovered that the opinions of others held less power over her than her own self-perception. Emily's journey is a testament to the transformative power of facing our fears and embracing our true worth. Sophia had always put the needs of others before her own. As a wife and mother, she dedicated herself to creating a happy and stable home for her family. But somewhere along the way, Sophia lost sight of her own happiness. She felt depleted, unfulfilled, and trapped in a cycle of obligation and resentment. One day, Sophia stumbled upon a blog written by a woman named Chloe, a self-proclaimed happiness coach. Chloe's message resonated deeply with Sophia. Chloe believed that happiness was a choice, a conscious decision to prioritize joy and well-being. Intrigued, Sophia signed up for Chloe's online course. Through a series of videos, meditations, and journaling prompts, Sophia began to explore her own needs and desires. She learned to set boundaries, practice self-care, and cultivate gratitude for the good in her life. Gradually, Sophia began to reclaim her happiness. She started making time for herself, pursuing her creative passions, and saying no to commitments that didn't align with her values. Sophia's transformation was a testament to the power of choosing joy, even amidst the challenges of life. Olivia had always struggled with vulnerability. She built walls around her heart, afraid to let anyone truly see her. She feared judgment, rejection, and the pain of intimacy. As a result, Olivia felt isolated and disconnected, yearning for genuine connection, but terrified of the risks involved. One evening, Olivia attended a workshop led by a therapist named Jessica. The topic was vulnerability and its role in building meaningful relationships. Jessica shared her own personal story of overcoming the fear of vulnerability, emphasizing its power to foster intimacy and strengthen bonds. Jessica explained that vulnerability was not weakness, but rather a courageous act of opening ourselves up to others. She encouraged the participants to practice vulnerability in small ways, starting with sharing their feelings and experiences with trusted friends and family. Inspired by Jessica's words, Olivia decided to take a leap of faith. She confided in a close friend, sharing her fears and insecurities. To her surprise, Olivia was met with compassion and understanding. This small act of vulnerability opened the door to a deeper level of connection, proving to Olivia that true intimacy could only be achieved through authenticity and openness. For years, Ava had chased a definition of success that wasn't her own. She strived for external validation, measuring her worth through achievements, accolades, and material possessions. Despite her accomplishments, Ava felt empty and unfulfilled. She realized that she had been living someone else's dream, not her own. Then Ava crossed paths with a woman named Isabella, a successful entrepreneur who had walked away from a high-powered career to pursue her passion for sustainable living. Isabella's story resonated deeply with Ava. Isabella believed that true success was about living in alignment with one's values, pursuing purpose over profit, and prioritizing well-being over wealth. Inspired by Isabella's example, Ava began to redefine her own definition of success. She quit her corporate job and started her own business, focusing on ethical and sustainable practices. Ava found joy in creating a business that reflected her values and contributed to a greater good. Ava's journey taught her that true success was not about external validation, but about internal alignment. It was about living authentically, pursuing passions, and making a positive impact on the world. Ava's story is a testament to the power of redefining success on our own terms, creating a life that is both meaningful and fulfilling. Mia had always felt pressure to conform, to fit in with the crowd. She tried to be what she thought others expected of her, suppressing her true self in the process. Mia felt lost and disconnected, unsure of who she was or what she truly wanted. Then Mia met a woman named Sophia, an artist who embraced her individuality and encouraged others to do the same. Sophia's energy was magnetic. She radiated confidence and authenticity, inspiring Mia to explore her own unique qualities. Sophia believed that true beauty lay in embracing our imperfections and expressing our individuality. She encouraged Mia to let go of the need for external validation and instead focus on cultivating self-acceptance and self-love. Inspired by Sophia's words, Mia began to shed the layers of pretense and embrace her true self. She started dressing for herself, expressing her opinions freely, and pursuing her passions without fear of judgment. Mia discovered that authenticity was not about perfection, but about being true to oneself, imperfections and all. Lily had always strived for perfection. She set impossibly high standards for herself, constantly criticizing her every flaw and shortcoming. Lily's pursuit of perfection left her feeling exhausted, inadequate, and never good enough. Then, Lily met a woman named Zoe, a therapist who specialized in helping women overcome perfectionism. Zoe had a warm and compassionate presence, creating a safe space for Lily to explore her deepest insecurities. Zoe explained that perfectionism was often a mask for fear, a way of protecting ourselves from vulnerability and the pain of potential failure. She encouraged Lily to challenge her all-or-nothing thinking, replacing it with self-compassion and acceptance. Through therapy and self-reflection, Lily began to understand the root of her perfectionism. She learned to embrace her imperfections, recognizing that they were what made her unique and human. Lily discovered that true beauty lay not in flawlessness, but in authenticity and self-acceptance. Isabel had always lived in fear. She was afraid of failure, afraid of judgment, afraid of taking risks. Isabel's fear kept her trapped in a cage of her own making, preventing her from pursuing her dreams and living a life of purpose. Then Isabel met a woman named Eleanor, an adventurer who had traveled the world solo, facing her fears head-on. Eleanor's stories were filled with daring feats, inspiring Isabel to confront her own fears and step outside her comfort zone. Eleanor believed that fear was a natural part of life, but it didn't have to control us. She encouraged Isabel to identify her fears, challenge them, and take small steps towards overcoming them. Inspired by Eleanor's example, Isabel started facing her fears one by one. She started small, taking on challenges that pushed her just beyond her comfort zone. With each step, Isabel gained confidence, realizing that fear often loses its power when we confront it directly. Amelia had always focused on what was missing in her life. She dwelled on her problems, her insecurities, and her perceived shortcomings. Amelia's negativity clouded her vision, preventing her from seeing the good that surrounded her. Then Amelia met a woman named Grace, a mindfulness teacher who emphasized the importance of gratitude and joy. Grace had a contagious laugh and a radiant smile, inspiring Amelia to shift her perspective and focus on the positive aspects of her life. Grace taught Amelia that gratitude was a practice, a conscious choice to appreciate the good in our lives, no matter how small. She encouraged Amelia to keep a gratitude journal, listing things she was grateful for each day. Gradually, Amelia's perspective began to shift. She started noticing the small joys in her daily life, the simple pleasures that she had previously overlooked. Amelia discovered that gratitude was not about denying hardship, but about choosing to focus on the good, even amidst challenges. The stories of these women are not just inspiring anecdotes, they are calls to action. They remind us that we all have the power to make a difference in the world, starting with ourselves. We can choose to be the women of impact in our own lives and the lives of others. We can cultivate self-love, embrace our imperfections, and redefine success on our own terms. We can face our fears, practice vulnerability, and connect with others on a deeper level. We can radiate authenticity, inspire growth, and empower others to step into their own power. The journey of self-improvement is not always easy, but it is always worthwhile. It is a journey of self-discovery, growth, and transformation. It is a journey that leads us to a deeper understanding of ourselves and our place in the world. Let us be inspired by the women of impact who have come before us, and let us rise to the challenge of becoming the women of impact the world needs now. Let us embrace our power, radiate our light, and create a ripple effect of positive change that extends far beyond ourselves.
Today is another good day. Unlock the path to your best self. Discover the transformative power of the 12 happy life secrets. Embrace all of them and watch your happiness thrive. Remember, your happy life is an inside job.